become a director?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't be liking people's ideas, and I hate to say it that way, but sometimes, or even there's certain stuff that I want to do that nobody, like when I have an idea, it's like, well, why not? Well, nobody else has this idea, so why not just bring that idea to life?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll do it. I'm like, okay, well, nobody else has an idea, I got it. Might as well do it myself. Like, so that's pretty much what got me into directing.
Okay. So, a lower starving artist.
Mm-hmm.
Your production company.
Yeah.
Does that like play a part or speaks to like real life for you?
Yeah, it was funny because my mother, she told me, we was talking, and I remember when I graduated from school, she basically was like, you got to get the money first, then do the art, blah blah blah. And I'm just looking at her like, no, that's not it. You like, I'm making the art to get the money, but not even for that because I want to do it. Like, and she was like, well, you ain't nothing but a starving artist, blah blah blah. And she said that, it made me mad, but it made me mad in a good way. I was like, I'm gonna embrace it, and I just put the Lord there because niggas from Baltimore, so yeah. So, and I was like, that'll resonate with somebody. Somebody get it.
Okay. I see that you make music as well. What sparked like that? Cause like now you into acting, directing,
the music.
So I mean, they can all work together. Cause if you make a film, you can score your own film. You know who you want to act in. So what made you gravitate towards music?
I mean, I grew up on music. I literally only listen to like old shit, like because my father like raised me on. Like he would never play nothing from anything recent.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember when I was 8, he took me to the studio. He said, write a rap. He wrote something. I don't remember what it was about. I remember it was about honey buns, and that shit was stupid.
Okay.
It was dumb. And I remember we burned it on a CD, and he put it into, like, him and his friends owned a bar, and they put it into the radio, and it was hella people in there, and he played it, and they was just laughing at me. They were saying, yo, you fucking suck. Like, I'm 8 though. Yo, I ain't never go home and just start writing. But I always knew I wanted to be an actor. And I was like, you can't be both. Like, there's no possible way you can do both. And then Childish Gambino, I'm like, yo, what? I can do this. Like, so, and I had made that song in 2018 with a bunch of my friends. Like, we had a whole group and everything, but that fizzled out. And I was just sitting on. I was sitting on songs. They terrible though. Like I don't want to hear them no more. I want to make more. But that was the one that I was like, yeah, I like this one. And I played it for people who I've been meeting who make music, making music for years. They was like, yo, this is a hit. You got one. So just put it out. That's what I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you working on like an EP or anything like that?
Yeah, I am.
Keep quiet on the goods.
Yeah, I got it. I mean, I don't really know. I know I have certain things, certain ideas jotted down. I have certain beats that I like, that I'm like, all right, these are the ones right here. And I have like a particular way that I want to put everything out. Because I'm not like officially known as a musician, I feel like I gotta put certain things in certain places for that to be to establish that pretty much. So yeah.
So I noticed that most of the pieces that you make are like the grayish black and white type thing. Why put those films in that feel already before like we hear what's going on?
So to be quite honest, I did all of that for like practicality because I'm not good at color correction.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, black and white works. Then I didn't have a mic. Like I didn't have so I was like, and I was by myself most of the time. Like when I was doing them, I was pretty much always by myself. Like I just woke up one day and I was like, let me film this, but I don't got all the stuff I need. How am I gonna do it? And then I was like, okay, I'm already gonna put it in black and white because I can't do color correction. So I gotta figure out. And then I just remembered that like old films used to be in black and white, but they were silent. And then I was like, ooh, maybe I should just not talk, and then and just do everything that way. Yeah. And it worked. And I remember, and still people be like, yo, you gotta put out more of them. Like, you gotta bring that silent shit back. And I'm like,
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, we getting a silent film like contest from you?
Yo, I have been thinking about doing like a short film like contest. Just for like, I think there are crazy like ideas out there that people have, but I mean even or like there's so many filmmakers in Baltimore specifically that's like doing things. You yourself, you're a filmmaker, but it's like we don't. I think it's like we all got connect. Same way all the rappers connect. Same way all the other artists connect. It's like we don't connect because everybody's like as a filmmaker, your thing is pretty much separate. It's like you may know people, but y'all don't really like nobody collab. Like we don't ever collab on it. And I was like, yo, if every filmmaker just did one big ass project, there you go. You all go up, and it's like so. I was always thinking about doing like a film concept. I ain't never think about doing it as like a silent film though. That might be tough.
That's like your thing. So I definitely think like if people are like I watched him do this a lot, like and he got a contest, that'd be dope because everybody else.
And the crazy thing is though, it's my thing, but I ain't think it was gonna be my like. I was just doing it, and even when I put it, I was just like, here we go, like there goes some other shit, and then it just kept and people and it just became my thing. So now it's like. I might just gotta stick with it. Might just gotta stick with it.
Okay. Where did the idea come from for the monologues? Because I know I've seen you doing them like yourself, but where did the idea come from to do them for like other people? Because they like hood chronics. I ain't even gonna hold you. They dope as hell. Because it's like nobody never talks to those people, like, and even they're not just those people. They're like, they're cool. We know them as artists and all, but nobody never just be like, yo, let's do a deep dive.
Yeah. So the reason I started monologues is because I hate auditions. Okay. And I used to be like, I'm gonna just post a monologue, and that's my audition tape. If somebody want me, they can go on my Instagram and find me. And then I did a couple, and I did the training day shit. And I was just like, there's no way you're going to top this one. You got to find something else to do. Like, you got to think of something else. Because everybody, that's the best one you did. And that's probably going to be the best one you do. Like, and I just knew, but I knew I wanted to do them more, like, cinematic, though. I didn't want to keep just putting my phone up and doing it like that. I was like, this looks stupid. And so I actually went to some events, and I linked up with Juba. And I met Juba, and we was talking about different ideas. And then I said, I got this monologue thing I'm trying to do. But it's really hard to learn a monologue and then perform it without like messing up or stuff like that. So I was like, okay, let me try it with other people, and I'll write them, and then I'll put them out. But then the first couple ones that I filmed, I didn't like write anything. They were just talking, and I was like, yo, I can just ask the person a question. And then have them answer the question, and then I'll explain to them, and like literally each one that I've shot so far, they were all like one take, because I'll just ask the question. I'll tell them the question before we do it. I'll say, hey yo, we about to ask you this, talk about this, blah blah blah. I'll give them all day to think about it. I'll tell them this in the morning, all day. When it's time to film, though, I'm gonna ask you the question, and you just answer it. And when you're done, you're done.
Then. Yeah. Hey. That's the one. That's the one. How do you decide who's gonna be on? Like who you want to do monologues for?
I literally I just linked up with people. Like I sort of just met everybody that I do. I met them like organically, like like going to events or knowing somebody that knows them, and then I was just talking to them, and then So my man Eddie was the first one that I did. I did his first, and. G hangs with them, so he was like, yo, I want to do one. And then it's like people just be asking me now to do them, because at first it was like people want me to do them. Now they're asking me to. I'm like, bet, like I'll do one for all. Like anybody that want one, I'll give you one. Like you just gotta be open to talking about things that you wouldn't normally talk, like open up, like stuff that you don't really talk, like people don't really ask you. Like, no, I don't think, has anybody ever really asked him how he started Poor Rich? Has anybody asked Eddie why, like, he likes drugs or like, certain things like that? And it was like, let me ask them these questions because there could be something for somebody else that might feel the same way or feel a similar way, but don't really know how to express it. So, yeah, that was all that was for.
Okay. So, are you a director who can get behind the camera and be like, nah, y'all need to shoot from this angle? I need like a extremely wild, or you just a director like, hey, I'm gonna trust your eye, but I'm gonna direct these people.
So I'm gonna trust your eye. I'm gonna direct these people.
Okay.
I'm actually real organic when it comes to it. I honestly don't like scripts. I hate scripts, even though I like writing scripts. I like to have a certain idea in mind, and then saying, all right, let's just go from here. Because especially if like you're writing, if you're playing a character, then it's like I could write the stuff for you, and because I'm not being the character, I don't really understand certain things. So like when you are a character, you pick up their mannerisms, their like dialect, tone of voice, everything like that. And so I feel like me as an actor, when I'm doing it, it's like certain things the director can tell me, like go here, do this. But it's certain things that they can't. Like, how are you supposed to feel right now? It's like, well, the way I would do it is this, and so I like to let people find themselves and find the characters, or just even. But it works the same way with the camera. Like, it's like you gotta let them like. At least when it's something fluid like the monologues, like if it's something like really like a movie, like all right, bet you stay here, they do this, but when it comes to the monologues, it's pretty much you just go, and I'm gonna just make sure he do what he do. Like, I'll make sure he know where he going, if we moving or stuff like that. He felt like he looking at me, not the camera, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm pretty much fluid with it.
Okay. Out of all the pieces you like put together, you've been a part of, which one would you say like the one you learned the most from?
It would have to be the first short film that I put out, and that was actually in 2017. It was for a class, and let me tell you, that shit was stressful. I knew I had to do it for like 2 months, and I didn't have any ideas. I didn't have nobody to be in it, nothing. I didn't even have a camera. Okay. I remember it was the day before it was due. I still haven't done shit. Called my friends. I'm like, I called 2 people in the class. Yo, I need y'all in a short film yet? No, we ain't nothing. We need to do something. Bet. Pull up to my house at 6:00. We're gonna do something. I skipped class that day. I wrote something. I had read a book by Donald Goines called what's it called? It's called Crime Partners. And the beginning of the book is pretty much just a short film. I just updated because it takes place in the 70s. But I had basically just rewrote some stuff, and then I said, "This is what we're gonna do." And I had to figure out how to make fake blood, how to simulate cocaine with baby. I had to figure out all this stuff. I'm like, Then I had my other mans. I ain't even had no fake guns. I had to find fake guns. I really was driving around, and then my mans had 2 BB guns. I was like, bet I need them. Like, come to my house at 6, and it took us 5 hours, and I still had to edit. So I didn't sleep all like that whole time. And then when I got there, I'm thinking it looks terrible. Like, it looks shitty. And I go into class, and I got the best one. And the people were working on this for like 2 months.
Hey, listen.
I was like, yo.
It be turned out like this.
Yeah. And then a lot of my friends, like the friends who was like, because I had people in my house, like just watching me do it. Okay. They was just laughing and shit. But they was like, yo, like, this is how I know you gonna do it, because like you really just did that shit in like a couple hours, like. So. Yeah.
What would you say are like your nerdy like quirks?
Oh, what? I love comic books. I listen to rock music. I'm very open-minded. Okay. Like, I even tell people, yo, niggas don't like country music. I'm like, yo, they got some bangers though. You feel me? Like the country. Yo, alright. So look, it's a song called Big Green Tractor. Okay. I want you to listen to that song.
I feel like this gonna be like something I need to listen to. Yo,
and this crazy thing is like, he's spitting bars, but it's about a tractor.
That's how you know it's really from the heart. And it's the simplicity with the bars. Yeah.
And I'm like real, like, I was one of them kids that used to watch special features and shit. Like, I used to be just staring at, like, I didn't even watch the movie sometimes. I just watched the special features because I've always been interested in that. And so a lot of times people will ask me questions, like my friends will ask me questions about movies because they know I got the answers to them. And I'll be like, yo, why are you asking me this? And they'll be like, probably because you got the answer. And I'm like, that's not the point. I do got the answer, but that's not the point. Like, yeah. So
the behind the scenes they lit. I like watching behind the scenes.
And I'm thinking this because like we want to make movies. It's like why
definitely like, all right, I need to figure out how to do that before like I gotta go learn it for real. Like,
it's certain shit that I don't want to do though. Like I don't like storyboarding.
Okay.
I hate that shit. I hate it.
It's tedious.
It's tedious. I hate the rewriting process. It's so much stuff that I hate about it, but it's like I still love it and I still want to do it. And
okay, so being though you are a director, but you're not like, I'm gonna say not fully working with the camera, are you planning on like being more so knowledgeable about the camera at least, so that like okay,
that's my one thing I always learned when my father told me, my mother told me, they was always like, you don't got to do everything, especially with making movies. You don't have to know how to do everything. Well, no, you don't have to do everything.
But know how to do it.
You got to know how. Like, even if you just know a little bit. Like, I'm not the best editor, but I know a little bit. So if I get an editor and they don't pan out, all right, I can just do it. Like, you feel me? Or like, when it comes to holding the camera, it's like, when I did my short films, all I had was the tripod and my camera, and I was like, well, I don't got nobody to hold the camera, but I got the tripod. I just can't move the camera. So let's just figure out how to make this work. The only thing I don't really understand is all the settings. Like the ISO, and that should be confusing. That should be confusing.
You'll get it. It's a bit of a science, but it's not too deep though. It's not
this is actually like, it's crazy because of all the stuff that I've done, this is my first like camera. Like,
okay.
So it was like, and I got this February, March.
Okay.
So I haven't even had the camera that long, and so I'm like, give me another like year on it. It's over. I'm fucking the world up.
Okay. What are your plans for making a Lil Starvin artist impactful and a memorable production company?
So, one thing that I pride myself in is like making stuff that's different. I like a lot of the movies that I like are like expressionist films. So films that don't even have a plot. It's just a bunch of images and stuff. And I like stuff like that. I'm getting into making music videos. I never wanted to make music videos, but I've explained to people who make music. I was like, if I make a music video, I'm not gonna make it like the way you think I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it my way, and my way might be a little weird to you at first, but it's like I'm not. I know. I think for me though, it's more so making music videos that speak to who I am as much as who the artist is, and so I can't make something that I don't agree with.
Yeah.
And I won't. That's why I haven't done nothing yet. But so there's that. But I also want to get into making more meaningful work, like making creative things or things that I feel comfortable with, like things that send a message. And I don't want to make anything about drugs or nothing like that. Like for me, that's just like, even today, like, because that goes all the way back to the blaxploitation era when they were making movies about pimps and hookers and hoes and all this type of shit. And it's like, yo, like, that's cool.
But we got more stuff.
There's more stories to tell. There's other types of black people, and even a lot of the stuff that comes out today is all the same. And it's like, bro, like, I know I love that we're out here doing it, but it's time to do something different. And I think I'm the nigga that's gonna make it happen.
Okay.
So.
Listen, somebody got to do
something different. Yeah.
All right, so tell us about this piece you got right here.
So this is the first play I ever wrote, and I wrote it because my father passed. It's crazy because I was at school, and my professor, she was like, Kyrie, if you write a play, I can let you direct your play up at school. We'll give you some money to do it. It might not be like enough for like a whole big ass set. Yeah. But you can cast people who you want. Bet. Like, fuck it. Hell yeah. And so I was in the process of writing it, and I had an idea. I was like, yo, fuck, I got that. Finally came to this crazy because the day I finally had like a firm idea, I called my dad. because my dad's always the person I call when I get something crazy. Like, yo, I gotta tell you this. Like, calling him all day, no response. Normally, my father is the worst at answering the phone, so I wasn't thinking nothing of it. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because there's a detail in the story that was originally different. And then my mother called me later on that same evening after I was calling my dad all day. Mm-hmm. She called me that evening and told me that he passed. And then the next day, I changed up.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it would still fit. It would just be something completely different. And so the story is pretty much about my last semester at college. Of course, like some things have changed. It takes place in the 70s. Some stuff is different. Like he gets into a relationship. I ain't getting into a relationship. You feel me? Like, but all in all, it's pretty much just my last semester of college. And this might be the only time you catch me write something about race.
Okay.
Not because it's not a problem, but because it's like everybody already makes stuff about race. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be like innovative. But this one, I think that it's a different type of race story. Okay. It's not just white people fucking suck, or it's like Cause I know I wrote it about my experience with white people at the same time, because there are those white people that nigga fuck you, like, you feel me? They like all them type people. But then I've met white people who they genuinely do not understand, and it's like they wasn't saying nigga or nothing like that, but they genuinely don't get it. Yeah, and it takes a black person or someone who, instead of coming to them with, yo, fuck you, yo, you a white person, I don't fuck with you, like, coming to them with, like, hey, all right, so what do you need to know? Because I can break it down for you. And so that's what the story is about. Okay, so you planning on putting this on, getting like a production happening, a small party? I've seen so many people. I've watched so many filmmakers in Baltimore. They doing some great shit. You feel me? But they'll just be like, yo, I'm about to make a movie. Can y'all support? And people support. I'm about to be like, yo. Well, I want to know, but I think that as a director, people expect it to be a film. I want it to be a play because I don't know any playwrights. And it's like, we'll give us a play. Exactly. Okay. Yeah. This so. This to buy the tickets. Yeah. So y'all be going to the play. I got you. Maybe like 20 friends. I'm like, yo, we all going just somewhere. Just don't worry about it. Once I figure out how to make this shit happen, it's gonna happen. But hopefully I get it. I've already started. I've been working on like turning this into like a stage production. Okay. This whole year. Okay. But as you know, as we all fucking know, this year was fucking crazy. Cause it was crazy. Cause right before it happened, I had finally got everything in place. And then the shit happened and it all fell through. So I'm working on bringing this to the stage. So hopefully I get it done. Well, no, not hopefully. I will get it done. That's what we like to hear. That's all I got for you, boss. That's a bet. Yeah. Appreciate you. No problem. Thank you.